All right, all right, all right. Welcome, welcome to the room. We're just going to go ahead and do this live. This is going to be my review for season one, episode 3 of Grotesquerie. Um, there's so much to this program. I am enjoying it though. I'm enjoying it, but in episode 3, I started to see a little bit of a shift, which I kind of like. So I'm actually seeing some more story. You know, we get it. It's gross. The killer is gross. Like he's gross. The things he does are so over the top. They are so over the top. Okay, we get it. Now put the story pieces in there for me if you wouldn't mind. You know what I mean? So we're getting some background about Lois and about Mary. And literally, I sat there and I looked at them. I said, wow, their mother and daughter, but it looks like they are literally trauma bonding. It's more, you got this drinking problem. She has this eating problem. Neither one of y'all are being real honest with yourselves about what's going on. At the same time, being honest and knowing that you got a problem. It's crazy. And they're sitting there and they're literally bonding over it. They're bonding over it. And she's like, so I'm going to make you this dinner and I'm getting ready to create this. And I'm like, and we see a family that is slain and the remains of the father are being put food into food and fed to the family. And for whatever reason, you kind of chilling with this. And I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's really weird. I'm like, okay, whatever you say. All right. But you decide to make this meal where the meal itself is really based around two different pieces of meat being cooked inside of each other. So I was just like, girl, how your mind working? What's going on in your mind right now that you just felt like you just wanted to do that like that? So I said, okay. Um, I don't know. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. But yeah, it's like chicken. No, was it turkey? Turkey with duck stuffed inside, and then something else with something stuffed inside, and then you sewing it up together. Basically, some of what you've been seeing the killer doing to some of the victims. I'm like, why today did you want this? Like, but okay, whatever. So she's making this big old meal for Mary. I'm getting that Mary actually wants to gain even more weight to get onto some reality show she wants to get on. And Lois is like, you are way too smart to even have to sell yourself out like this. And she's like, yeah, mom, and you're way too smart to be drinking yourself into a stupor with what you're doing. Again, this trauma bond. And then she uh, basically tells her, tell me about how you met daddy. And she's like, girl, I told you the story a million times. She said, well, tell me again. Tell me again. So she's like, all right, fine. So she's telling her the story. And it's like this really sweet story about how they met. And that was really, really cool. And I was just sitting over there and I'm like, okay, I'm loving this. I'm like, yeah, we're getting some background story. It's not so, you know, cops and robbers, because that's just not me. You'll lose me every time playing cops and robbers. I don't want to play cops and robbers. I like horror stuff, but I like story. I'm a writer myself. I like a story. I like backgrounds on characters. I want to see the characters built. I don't just want chop and cut. That, and I want that too now. Now I want, cut a head off, snatch a bitch, shake, slam her on the curb, all that. All that. I want all that. I want all that. But I want some story. I want to know why you shook the bitch. I want to know why you slammed the hole on the curb. I want all. I want it all. I want it all. Okay. So that's that. So she told her, she said, I never wanted to be a lawyer. I always kind of wanted to be a detective. Her parents wanted her to be a lawyer. And the daddy, Marshall, Marshall kind of went ahead and pushed her to say, go ahead, do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy. Do what fulfills you. He fed that, that piece of her. I can relate. I can relate. And she just fell in love with him. And he fell in love with her. She was actually a waiter, and in a restaurant that he used to go to with his students. It was really a sweet love story. And I was here for it. I really was. I enjoyed that part of it. I did. And then she, so we got this whole thing. They're eating. The food's done. They're eating. And they're calm for a change. They're not arguing and fussing. And then she says something to her, and she says, okay, so what you want to know, do I love you? Do I love you? And she said, being completely honest, because she done got good and drunk as hell by now, right? Out of a drunk mouth speaks a sober mind. She said, most days I do. And even when I can't, I want to. I said, damn. Now that right there that's deep. That's deep. I mean, you got to admit, that's deep. And sometimes the truth hurts. Okay? My grandmother used to say it all the time. I mean, my nana will tell you in a minute, it's the truth that hurts. A bitch can lie on you all day long, and it really don't mean much. But the truth will bring you to your knees. It'll bring you to your knees. And I said, child, I get it. Child, my nana was mostly right. But anyway, that's what she said, honey. Most days, I do love you. That's your daughter. And even when I can't, I want to. Honey, and then her daughter told her, she said, you need to stop all that drinking. And she said, you need to stop all that goddamn eating. I said, they back to where they started. Child, you a drunk bitch and you a fat bitch. I said, okay. I said, okay. I said, and that's just their dynamic. Again, it's always, they cutting and slicing in their own way right inside their own house. Okay. So I said, all right. So it was what it was. We end up seeing Lois naturally falling into a drunken sleep as usual. And she gets awakened by a phone call because her daughter came in. She said, the phone is ringing. It might be about daddy, because remember, he's in the hospital. Might be about daddy. She answers the phone. It's a call to go to another scene. She gets to the scene. It basically is 3 bodies that have been sewn together, very Silence of the Lambs style, sewn together. And the one Lieutenant Jack, he literally had no clue as to who the people were or anything like that. And this is part of what Lois was telling her daughter about, how she really loves the details. She loves what's not there on the surface. That is the thing that draws her to the type of work she does. She loves what's not on the surface. I get it. I love the conversation that's not being had. I'm always trying to read the room. I want to know what's not being said. What? Damn these lies you're telling and these narratives you're trying to spin. What are you not saying? Because in there is where the actual truth lies. It's what you ain't saying, ho. So I was like, okay. Hey, Jessica, what's up? Welcome, baby. I said, yeah. I said, that's that. So Jack has no clue who these people are. Now, keep in mind, Lois goes, she is drunk as Cooter Brown. She drunk as hell. And you could actually see it. He was telling her, you're visibly drunk. Like, you're visibly drunk. You should just go home. You shouldn't even be here. This, that, thing, and the other. and she gets to cussing him out. She gets to telling his ass off and telling him, how can you not know who these people are? All these people are from the community. They're from the community. They were actual repeat offenders. They were junkies and sex workers from the actual community. Remember, all of everything always ties into some type of a sin, somebody doing something that is literally against what is actually in the Bible. And that's been the same all throughout this whole thing. So she gets him all the way together. Like, she literally got him together. Together. You hear me? And he was sitting there looking stupid. And that was that. That was that. Because they were like, oh, well, we're just going to send it down for the labs. And she's like, and ain't nobody waiting for all that. I'm going to tell you who they are. And she literally started pointing out that's so-and-so's arm because they had a tat here. And that's so-and-so's leg. And I mean, she really, it was like grotesque, but it really spoke to how in tune she is with details and how in tune she is to the people that she actually works for and around. Okay. And how she's really good at what it is that she does. So next thing we end up seeing, we see the sister. She didn't call in for the sister. The sister comes down, and the sister actually sits with the team of detectives down there at the precinct. And they're sitting there, and of course they're kind of giving a little pushback, like, why is she here? And she's like, what is she? She's some informant. Why is she always around? Whatever. And they're like, whatever, let's just go through this. So Lois starts doing her thing again, and she's telling them, I'm being taunted. Something about this killer. This killer knows things about me. I'm being taunted by the way things are being done, this, that, thing, and the other. And that's like I said, you found she has worked with all the victims from this crime, and some of the ones from the homeless people. Remember, she knew the homeless folks from the last crime. She knew the one homeless guy. She knew him specifically. This is when the sister gets up and she let the sister do her thing, and the sister starts talking about what it is that she actually has going on, and she ends up saying, he's a cleaner. He's a cleaner. She's worked with all the victims one way or another. He's taunting Lois. He's a cleaner. He hates sex. He finds sex to be a bad thing, and he hates it. And he's a cleaner. So he literally is punishing these people for what they do. They are sex workers. So they had to go. And it was in this grotesque manner and that kind of thing. So after the sister goes, after Lois goes, the team is actually sitting with their boss. And she told them, she said, you all are so eager to get rid of her. And they're like, the chief, he's like, well, she's like, the chief is a woman. She's like, we're not doing that. Her name stands for something. All the work that she put in, she's the only one that probably could crack this case. You all don't even know how to go. She at least has something going on. Y'all are just clueless. It's just senseless deaths happening. And, it's making news lines and news headlines, and y'all got nothing to offer, But y'all want to get rid of her, talk about alcohol, her alcoholism. She's like, she doesn't need that. She needs our support. She needs our support. So she really does respect Lois. She sees that she has problems. And then the selfish part of it is she sees she got problems. She sees what's actually building. The truth in the matter is she needs to be pulled because of her stupors. If anything happens where it jump off and she have an actual interaction, will she really be able to defend herself and be on top of things? Because she's drunk as hell. But whatever. She wants what she wants. There's the level of respect that she actually has for Lois, and it just is what it is. So let's swing on over to the church. This is when I say we get this story down. Let's get deep here. Down to the church, you got the bishop, mother superiors down there, and they got a couple of other folks on the board there, and they're going on, and It is a whole bunch of mess, okay? A whole bunch of mess. The Mother Superior and the bishop really want to put the whole paper, the whole digital paper and the other, all that stuff to rest. They want to put it to bed. Um, they feel like the stories are really inappropriate and it's a bit pornographic. It's a bit pornographic. And um, old boy, Charlie, the pastor, he basically sells them on the numbers. He sells them on the numbers. He's like, this is what this is. This is growing. People are paying attention. It's bringing people out. People are coming to the church. People coming to the church is bringing money into the church. He sold them on numbers. And this is a lot of where some of our problem is that church is a business. Church is a business. And a lot of times what the church is actually there for, see, people will get mad at me, but I don't give a shit. Some of the reason that the church is there gets lost in the shuffle. It gets lost in the shuffle because it really is things be sliding by, things be being pushed down. Things be being pushed down all because of the business side of it all. The business side of it. It is what it is. And like I said, I know some people don't like what I'm saying, but ain't nothing you can do about it. Ain't nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. And if you be honest with yourself, you know I'm telling the truth, and that's why you feeling some kind of way. The church is nothing but business. That's the black church, the white church, Catholic, all of it, honey. The synagogue, honey. All of it. All of it. Jehovah's Witness. All of it. It's business. It's business. It's a good thing and it is a bad thing all at the same time. All at the same time. It's a rough situation. So, Mother Superior knows in her heart of heart, and you can see it in her face. She don't agree with what's being put down. She does not agree with what is being said, but she basically is being outvoted. She basically is being outvoted. And she just kind of, like going along with it. And I'm like, oh, Mother Superior. Okay. So that's that. And she knows that something is off. Just the way that Charlie got so rambunctious, and I was looking at him, I said, look at him, honey. Look at him. He just is crazy, honey, and fanatical. I said, look at him. He's a goddamn lunatic, but that's okay. I said, okay. So that's that. Next thing, we see old Charlie. Now he dancing. He dancing up in the main church where ain't nobody there. He dancing. He got on some red, a pair of good red boots, honey, and chaps with his ass out, red thongs. I said, no, you ain't down to the church giving it up, honey. He was giving it up. Had on him a sheer blouse. I said, Charlie, girl, what you doing? What you doing, girl? Baby, he was getting down, honey. I said, well, all right, honey. Getting down. I said, okay. He in there just carrying. He gets a phone call from the sister. And she's telling him about the story and what she had wrote and talking about the case and talking about the case and all of this. He had told her, you know what? Because the two of them started discussing a case that had to do with the gays and this, that, and the other. And the two of them, I just looked at them. I said, okay, some mess where the gays were tortured and killed, and they was both sitting there. And I said, look at them, child. They just as satisfied with that old sideways conversation. I said, look at them. Okay. He told her, come on over and deliver it to me on hand. Now, keep in mind, this is a digital paper. She could have just sent him an email like she been doing. Whatever. He told her, bring it to me in person. She get there, baby. He's half naked. Told her, come on in here and dry my back. I said, oh, okay, come on and dry your back. Now he fine. Now I ain't gonna take that from him. He's fine, baby, and his little body is cute. He's really snatched. But you remember he got all these scars on his back and carrying on because once he does sexual acts, he punishes himself. He takes that cat of nine tails that has those spheres on it and he beats his back and carry on. So he got these scars, and I'm like, look, I said, okay, wait a minute, now what's going on? Tell her to dry his back. Honey, he gets over there, sitting there, because she looking at him while she talking to him, and she gives him the papers. He's reading what she wrote. She looking down. I said, now, sister, you're not supposed to be looking down there at that bump in Charlie's towel, honey. What you looking at, sister? What are you looking at, honey? It's the power of Christ that compels you, honey. Why are you looking down there at that bump in that towel, honey? What's going on? I said, girl. I said, there's a whole lot going on in these back rooms down here to this church. But I said, okay. Okay, give me more story, honey. Give me more story. He says, fine ass one down there, honey, and she's drying his back. And every time she touch him, baby, she getting waves of lust, honey. I said, look at her, honey. She was getting her whole life, honey. I said, honey, he's sitting up there. He was all into it, honey. And then here's the thing. Here's the thing. He playing in her face. He playing in her face because I think that his attraction is more somewhere else, but he knows what he's doing. He leading her, honey, and just controlling her. I said, what's going on? Remember when she was talking to Lois in the last episode? She had a scar on her face. I said, where did you get that scar from? Nobody ever talked about where she got that scar from. Girl, did Charlie whack you a couple times, honey? Did Charlie give you the old one too, honey? When's the last time? Because you jumped right into drying off his back. This is the first time you done dried off his back, honey? And did you get pit popped, honey, in the midst of it? I said, okay, whatever. But I remember that in the last episode, she had looked like she had done been, honey. I said, girl, this thing, stop it. Anyway, so she was falling into the lust, baby, and I looked, and honey, he was giving it, and it was getting real hot in that room, honey. And then the next thing you know, he screams out, "Stop!" I said, "Oh, here we go, honey." And she stopped, and she looked up, honey, and she seen the picture of Jesus, honey, and Jesus was looking at her. I said, baby, that picture of Jesus said, you're nasty, honey. You're nasty, bitch. I said, child, next thing you know, she freaks out, honey, and walks up out of the room. And I said, oh, she embarrassed now. She out in the hall, baby, giving a whole TikTok dance. Honey, she don't working it up and flinging and had her damn habit that came up off her head, honey. I said, what is going on? She flinging her body back and forth. I said, honey, what in the Megan Annabelle bullshit is this, honey? She carrying on. Then the next thing you know, she's foaming at the mouth. I said, baby, that picture of Jesus that got you all the way together, baby. I said, and you see her on the floor. She's all messed up. I said, what's going on? What is going on? So we switch out of the same. Now, you know, I'm completely stuck in it now. I was like, girl, I want to know what's going on, honey. Who got you? Who got you, baby? What spirit jumped up and told your nasty ass, honey, that is it, and got you seasoned, honey, and foaming at the mouth? I said, oh, my. I said, okay. Next thing you know, we see Lois and the nurse with the red pumps. Now they get her. I said, Lord have mercy. She went out there to see her old man. She get out there. This woman's out there, got him by herself. She up there trying to work on this bed sore he got. Nasty, honey. And you know they are. Bed sores is something terrible on people who are sick. It really is. but she working on it. She said, wait a minute, where is your team? Because she's always in there, got some work for Lois's husband, honey. Remember, she was jacking him off in the last episode. So this time she's sewing him up or whatever. She told her, I need your help. Get over here and hold him for me. And this, that, and the child, I said, this nurse is the best. She said, what? She said, I'm working on a bed sore. Get over here and hold him. I said, oh my. So she's over there trying to hold him, and she was starting to get really disgusted. And she was like, sit up here with your drunken self. Because she started reading her out. He said, get up here with your drunk ass bitch and hold him while I sew him out. I said, oh God. It was a whole mess. It was a whole mess. Baby, she got her together, got them together and everything. And then she said, now let him down. Easy. And I'm just laughing at how she literally talks to Lois like Marshall is her husband. I said, girl, she done moved in. She is literally the Barbara to your Shirley, honey. She's part of your relationship. And she said, it's time to have a talk. It's time. I said, oh. So, honey, they goes off and they have this little talk. When that bitch shot across her table and told Lois, it's about time that you go ahead and you give me power of attorney over Marshall. And then you go ahead and take yourself, put yourself into rehab. It's only 28 days. Yeah, 28 days. You need to dry yourself out. This, that, thing, and the other. And then told her, she said, are you crazy? Are you crazy? She said, no. You know that you can't take care of him the way that I take care of him. You just need to go ahead. Nobody will judge you. Just sign him over to me and go ahead and just walk away. You're not interested anyway. Just go on and walk away. I said, this bitch. Now, how you sound? Give you power of attorney over my husband. Are you feeling okay? I wouldn't give a shit if I didn't never like that mother. She crazy. She told her, we can do it like this, or we could do it the hard way, where I'll have you committed to rehab for the 28 days. I'll have you declared incompetent. You'll lose your job. So here's the thing. Why go through all that when you can just sign him over and go ahead about your business and play around with that case that you're playing around with that's taking up all your time? Go ahead, sign the papers. She said, bitch, please. Fuck you, bitch, and goodbye. She walked on out on her, went on down the hallway, and this is when it got interesting. She go down, she go have her little cigarette, baby, and she's digging in her purse for a lighter. And baby, she gets some guy, just gives her a light, and baby, she look up, and this whole big old piece of fine Eddie Lachlan is standing there, baby. She said, my name is Eddie. Eddie Lachlan. This, that, thing, and the other. And he just wooed her just like that. He was fine. Now that Eddie was fine, baby. She's going to start calling him Fast Eddie. And Chuck, listen, carry it on. Fast Eddie and her, they hit it right off. They talking. It was like really a fast connection, like right away, same one like she had with Marshall. And I was like, okay. And he told her, he said, you know what? You are oddly beautiful. Or is it that you're just beautifully odd? Like, I don't know, but I just like it. This, that, thing, and the other. And he told her, you shouldn't drive because you're not in, you're not in the position to drive right now. And she's like, child, he said, you don't want to have an accident. She said, Eddie, everybody has accidents. Accidents sometimes are just prone to happen. I said, look at this bitch, drunk and still trying to be cute, trying to pull one, trying to turn it. She went on out of there, baby, and that sun was beating down on her, honey. She getting on back up to the city, sun beating down on her, child. Lights starting to go down, and she drunk ass bitch out there. And the next thing you know, she looking at a damn telephone pole. She see somebody, some figure out in the road, and then she's giving bang, honey. I said, he just said, that was gonna happen. Next thing you know, she wake up, baby. She is handcuffed to the bed, and the chief is there, and she's telling her, you're literally, girl, you was detained. Girl, you been arrested, honey." They got her at this little facility, and this next part was just kind of corny how they did it, but I was like, I don't like that. I don't like that part like that. But anyway, Eddie ended up being a nurse that was actually helping her out. He's an orderly. And after the chief leaves, she said, "You did it, Lois, finally. After all these years, you're the one who ends up turning me bad because now I'm going to go figure out how to get them to not charge you because I need your ass out here on this case to solve this case." And she's going to go work on it. And next thing I know, damn Eddie, fast Eddie, breaks her out of the damn rehab, and they get in a convertible, baby, and they going on down the road. I said, "Well, wait a minute, Ryan, what are we doing here?" I said, "Is this a dream sequence?" I said, "This better be a dream sequence. Because who really breaks up? Because then he going to lose his job. He going to be going to jail." He told her, "I believe in you." This, that thing, and the other. Broke her out of the jail, or out of the place. I said, "Okay, whatever. I'll take it. It is what it is." But I truly didn't like that because that was just too corny. It seemed like a dream sequence. I don't know. This is where episode 3 actually ended. This is where I'm going to end this review. I'm going to go ahead and tune back in so I can watch episode 4 and see what is actually going on. But this baby, we still rolling. This is season 1, episode 3 of Grotesquerie. I'm trusting the process as I always do. Y'all know I love Ryan Murphy. I do. I love Ryan Murphy. And just a fun fact, when I did my last video, child, and I called Ryan Murphy. Never mind. Anyway, never mind. Never mind. I'll tell it. I called Ryan Murphy Ryan Reynolds. And y'all know I love Ryan Reynolds too. Okay? Baby, I love Ryan Reynolds, but I meant Ryan Murphy. But I do. I love Ryan Murphy. I love the way he tells the story and all of that. So I am trusting his process, but I know goddamn well that breakout better have been a dream sequence or I'm going to be a little ticked off. But I can't wait to see next what actually is going on with old Charlie boy and old nasty sister down there foaming at the mouth and carrying on. So listen, thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe and hang out a bit. I've seen a lot of you who are new. Some of your comments weren't so nice. Some of you are just trying to be nasty and disruptive. You know, I'm here for the shits. I let you live tonight. There'll be another time when I won't let you live. I will cuss your ass out. So just keep coming back. Go on and subscribe and keep coming back and I'll cuss your ass out. Ain't no problem. I'm an entertainer and I will entertain. You need me to cuss you out? Cool, no problem. I do that too. Believe it. Anyway, y'all have a good one. I'm going to go watch episode 4 and I will see you all soon. Oh, Ebby Reviews. There's one of the Supremes. Hey, my love. What's going on? Is the whole season out? No, baby. It's coming out. Basically, it comes on every Wednesday and it's like 2 episodes at a time. Hey, newbie. Yeah, it's like they've been dropping them 2 episodes at a time. Listen, I'm trying to keep up and trying to keep it cute. But I got things going on. I'm falling back into my groove with my shows. So Work with me. Work with me. I'm trying to get my mojo back. So I'll pump these shows out for you all. Keep y'all's eyes open. I am still doing the Menendez brothers story as well. So I got a lot going on. I got a lot on my plate, and we gonna eat. Okay? All right. I will see you all later. See y'all later.